You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
I can't breathe. I don't want to die here. I want to see the sky.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep...
Okay. Okay, I was...
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton said...
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy... I have this thirst for blood. What sort of creature is this? Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood.
Away! Stop right now!
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed, still working.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox.
This place is full of sickness and decay.
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally.
Don't play the innocent with me.
Do you ever think about that poor...
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him.
What did he want?
I recently had to kill his brother.
Only the strongest survive.
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
That man was determined to murder you.
What a surprise. The first time I've...
How is your hospital?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff.
What's wrong with...
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place...
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication...
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory...
What's wrong?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other...
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude.
How long do you think you can...
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folk.
And who are...
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought...
I'll leave you.
It's a leech! Kill it! Boom! One of them!
I have this thirst for blood. Shouldn't you go back?
Maybe later. But for now, I need to talk to my...
This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail. It's locked. Shouldn't you go back?
Maybe later.
When did you join the guard? Don't come closer, sir. Don't come closer. Last war. There's one of them. Watch yourselves. Oh Christ!
No, it's an inch! Kill it! Too strong!
Christ! He's dead! That leads his force!
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now, piss...
Goodbye, young man.
Gangs are ruined.
Problems. As long as you have the money.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help?
I'm afraid not, Mr.
A gun? Out.
When science fails you, this elixir.
People are talking about this colossal.
Good evening, sir.
If you're here for a reward, you're
I'm not here for a bounty.
a doctor in Whitechapel. What an opportunity.
Do you require assistance?
Not me, but your skills could help.
It's unusual to see someone...
Why should I be sad now? They've always...
That's an unusual way of...
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes.
What is your business?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price.
I see.
Well, deals can be done.
I don't approve of your actions, but I know very little about this borough, other than...
A necessary evil. That's one way to think about it. Knew you had more smarts than all.
Tell me,
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city's rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
what do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface.
What help could I possibly...
That's simple. I already get good money from all those...
Mr. Bates, do not...
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy.
I've no interest in money. Perhaps one night I will visit you and take what I require. If that should happen, there will be no need.
So it's a no, then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swamborough shit.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane. She's a...
Dorothy Crane, bless her soul.
Tell me truthfully.
By keeping my tenants alive, she's making me a rich man. Every month they live, it's more coin...
Has she treated you?
No. When I need a checkup, I'd go to a bloody doctor, not some back alley clinic full of sick foreigners.
I want to know everything about the
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict.
Sir, I wish I had found you a few nights...
Yeah, but you saved me, didn't you? And you do it again, because you're...
Take this as my final warning.
Really? What you gonna do?
You seem to have recovered well.
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around. Goodbye, Mr. Bates. Mr. Bates.
Evening.
Since I took an oath to help...
Well, seen better days, that's...
Infecting you is probably the last thing.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about it.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
This district seems to get uglier every year.
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like...
Sorry, no, sir. My father...
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked...
So my father actually worries about me then?
Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
It's locked, all right.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So,
I'm not bothered.
how do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean...
Speaking of which...
My father is an idiot who makes idiot.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but...
Why should I?
This place is awful, I agree.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. But I wasn't even...
If life here is so terrible for you, why don't...
I don't go outside.
So that's why you stay at home all day?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Doc.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good...
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying?
Have you tried speaking?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father...
But you are not...
Am I not? Dad always says that he...
Do you remember when Barrett Lewis was close to you?
Not really. I was too young. But I remember...
How was he towards...
He was nice, I guess. He never forgot...
Why are you sad?
Because it hurts to remember a time when...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said I should go...
Do you need any medical help?
Yes, I do. I feel...
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a...
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern, sir.
Goodbye, young man.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world? Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
Good evening, Mr.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your...
I have found Samuel, your disciple.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery.
I have heard enough for tonight.
Don't let your guard down, sir. Fancy buying?
You never... What do you know of Harry Peterson? The boy seems so fragile. Not like his father at all.
Harry's a good boy, but he spends most of his time complaining. He's had it tough, all right.
What troubles him, exactly?
Well, despite being his father's son, almost every...
Goodbye for now, Mr.
Cheap price, good quality. Cut. Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your foe.
Right then. Mr. Bate.
Evening.
Goodbye.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close...
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Still working nearby. This district seems to get uglier every year. A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking for what you're selling.
All right then, but be quick, though I...
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crasionescu. She came from Romania like me.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't...
You can put your own life in danger. That's your decision.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what...
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have...
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe...
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight.
Are you talking from it?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starving?
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me?
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly, but it is not your concern.
Do you need any assistance, Miss?
It depends on the price.
I am shocked that you would think I...
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners.
Goodbye, miss. I cannot enter. Good evening, miss. I'm Doc... I know what you're thinking. I know you understand what I'm saying. Very well.
Imprisoned by your daily routine.
Good evening,
Unable to see the true horror around you.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work.
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant...
Do you think things will ever change, Mr.?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
I heard you're investigating and...
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of...
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the...
Ah! Could it? I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never go...
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Goodbye, Mr.
Whitechapel is not just...
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Rick.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the...
Really? Are you...
I'm a poet, sir.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the...
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary...
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare...
Are you aware that your life could be in danger?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune...
Well, you, for a start, my dear Doctor.
If some
Well, you...
I understand your need.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor.
What are your thoughts?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all...
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet, nowhere to be found. And now...
Peaceful? That's quite an unusual...
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my...
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little...
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't...
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out...
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives?
Maybe I prefer she remain...
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles, and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes.
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what White...
May I ask you a few questions?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not?
What can you tell me about an old...
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but...
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name.
I'll leave you alone. Hello again, Miss. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Commander. Very well.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true horror.
Take a look, don't be afraid.
Distribute flowers this way.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again.
Sir, wait. Stop this.
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and...
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction.
It's locked.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must...
We've not been formally introduced.
I am Darius Petrescu.
So Dorothy's real name is...
Like myself and many people in this area, Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you...
She seems important.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something.
Do you have any family left, Mr. Petrescu?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as...
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but... Thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate...
This war won't last forever. Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No. I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memory.
This war...
No.
I know you fought for your country when it...
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will...
But Romania escaped the grasp of...
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark...
How did you meet Nurse Crane?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the...
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your...
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets...
Goodbye, Mr.
District seems to get uglier every year.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello.
It's locked.
He's going into convulsions, Doctor!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. To what do I owe this courtesy? This is an unfitting place for the illustrious Dr. Reed. You shouldn't be here. Razvan was getting better with the treatment. I don't understand. So, what's to be done now, Doctor? I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. To what do I owe this courtesy?
It's locked, all right.
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable...
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these...
But why Lady Ashbury?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty, nothing of the
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Already. It's an each! Kill it! Don't like that, do ya? Bloody leech! He's dead!
Perhaps I should look into it.
Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid not, Miss.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad...
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems.
It's locked, all right. This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Crush the leech, boys!